Dear Alessia, 120221. Happy 4 months on planet Earth. You've gone a long way, and so have we. The winds of change are among us. Your mama is in the bathtub washing you, and we've said our morning prayers and set our intentions for the day. We are unified on our mission to survive and have only a month or so left of our life and living in Brooklyn. So much of my life living in this city, almost all of the adult portion, the funny veins and avenues carrying you to 1,000,001 adventures that move seamlessly through the night into the day, into the night, back into the day. How many times did I leave my house on a bike in the afternoon only to come back 3 days later with a story to tell my motionless walls? Back then, my ideal would have been a giant loft in Soho or even a brownstone in Brooklyn. I could have never imagined picking someplace remote over the city teeming with energy and excitement. But now, both me and your mama are thrilled to get out. The peace we feel upstate in the mountains is unparalleled. Our bodies relax, our brains unwind, and seemingly detach from overwhelming electrical current. And it makes sense. Whether or not you believe amped up cell phone towers are a weapon against humanity or just connections for faster downloads, the end result is the same. More electric activity spinning through the air and engulfing us as we move through the stations of this life buzzing. That's one part of it. It's not vague. You can feel it. A kind of letting go, like you're being released from attention. Up there, we walked for miles, every day for miles, surrounded by trees and snow and fallen leaves, back into the heart of nature, where as a child I would sit in her bosom, praying to a God I hadn't yet identified. Life was nature and nature was life. To return there feels like the ultimate blessing in these days. City life on the cusp of collapse certainly doesn't represent what it did when we moved here. It was nothing but open-ended opportunity and adventure. Lou Reed used to walk these streets. You could see him out and about. He came to my first gig out here, and my mind exploded with what could be. Times Square with Karen Ann at dawn as the snow came pouring down after an all-night recording session that came out of nowhere. Dumbo with Cerise, and opening MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. The events we had before division drove a spike through us all, before we allowed fear in the media to break us apart. Coming back into the city last night, the people masked up and afraid, and a new fear campaign blasting off. I wonder if their faces will ever be seen again, or if humanity's ability to subvert the voices and movements of fear is permanently shattered. Up there in nature, when you see people, they aren't masked up. They smile at you walking by in the trail, and life seems almost normal. Me and your mama, 2 kids caught in permanent Christmas right now, walking on that trail, looking at each other saying, "Can you believe we are here? How did we get here?" The journey of life takes you into surprising realms. The gifts open up and explorer's heart like a shattering stone turning into diamonds or stars. This month, my plan is to finish my solo record, to mix it and send it out into the universe in defiance of those that would rather I fall, and in love for those that would rather I rise. Ultimately, it's all just a land of confusion and goodbyes, and I think on the other side, we'll all find healing and unity again. And this whole period will be like a bad dream. The losses will be real. And when I say that, I mean no disrespect to those that have lost. What I mean is humanity overcomes and evolves through horrendous periods. I was talking to a vet upstate who fought in Vietnam. He said, eventually people will forget all this. He brought up Vietnam as an example. He said that used to be the most divisive issue around. It meant so much what you thought of that, where you stood on Vietnam. And he said, now look, no one cares at all. It doesn't mean anything anymore. He looked away as he said that. Far off, I could see bloodshed in his eyes. Sitting on the couch, his walker nearby. I said, wow, you're right. All the heat will one day be out of this as well, and people will simply move on. We have a month left here. We have to pack up and sell some guitars, organize and get ready to move. In our souls, we are already there, up in that mountain, walking through the snow and falling leaves, raising you over my head so that you can feel like you're flying, to see you smile big and wide, no teeth yet, flying through safe air where none of this can touch you.